Hi everyone, this is Gayle. Welcome to my channel tonight. We do the Saturday night live streams at 7 p.m. Eastern Time every Saturday night. So we are here tonight. Go ahead and give me a like on the video. If you haven't already subscribed, I want to invite you to go ahead and do that. I've got an unboxing tonight that I'm going to do, and I'm so excited about doing it because this unboxing, this is a washable cooling dog mat that I got because I'm taking a road trip, actually a couple of road trips this year. One of them is really big, and I want to make sure that service dog Pipsie can be comfortable. So I ordered this cooling mat, and hopefully it's going to do the job. We're going to see. We're going to get this just a minute here to make sure that the notification went out, because I actually set a notification for myself and I don't see that notification. Also, let me pull this down here so I can talk in the mic a little bit more. So anyhow, the cooling mat, I think is going to be a really big deal because temperatures this summer are predicted to be super high. And of course, as we all know, wearing a fur coat can be a little uncomfortable. So here's the cooling mat. Stellar Piper's in. Hey, Stellar. How are you? I hope your weekend is going well. So, since you're in, did you remember that the live stream's at 7, or did you happen to get a notification? Let me know. Put that in the comment chat. So, okay. So, all right. So, some of the things I'm up against, and I've been talking about it over in our Facebook group. So, if you're not a part of our Facebook group, you can go ahead and join over there. It's facebook.com/groups/Gayle Vlogs, GAYLE VLOGS. That's the URL for our group. So if you're not in the group, do go ahead and subscribe, because I've been talking a lot about my travels. Okay, she got the notification, so we can go ahead and go. The big travel coming up is going across the continent. So I'm going to be driving to Alaska for a mission trip, and we're going to have more about that. But it's supposed to be really, really hot, and some of the areas that I'm going to go through are more of like your desert type areas. So I have to be aware of that and be very, very careful to keep my service dog from overheating. Dogs can get heat stroke and heat sick just like people. So you have to guard against that. The other thing is I'm going to be sleeping and staying in the van, so no hotel nights. And the flip side of that is it can get warm sometimes in the van. Even though the air conditioner really does a great job, if I have to open the doors and take him out, it can get hot in there really quick. So that's a couple of the things that we're up against. Hey, Thomas Nashville is here. How are you? Long time no see. It's good to see you. Welcome. So for all of those reasons and more, I got the cooling mat. I intend to use it with service dog Pipsie's bed. I'm just going to lay his bed out. I'm going to put the cooling mat on top of it. And it should also fit in his kennel. So when we arrive at his destination, I can put it in his box. We do kennel him at times. And with this being, a giant room with a bunch of other people, we're definitely going to have to, cable. I mean, not cable. We don't cable, but kennel him some. So, yeah. All right. So, shall we see what this thing looks like? I did rip the package so I could pull it out, but I haven't seen it yet. Okay, it got kind of stuck in there. Something else is in here. What is that? Okay. Oh, also more purple tail dye. All right. I do dye his tail purple. I know I've got a couple of comments on it, but the reason why I dye his tail purple is it's cute, and I get that. But I also want to be very distinctive when I travel. So that way, if, God forbid, he should, get lost or something should happen, then I can tell the local shelters and the local folks that I am looking for the yellow Labrador Retriever that has the purple tail. It's just a little bit more distinctive than saying I am looking for yet another yellow Labrador Retriever. So just something to help stick in their minds. So, all right, first, let's go over to Amazon. And, oh, 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 okay. So, there's a 22% off coupon now. Of course there is. So, which I missed, but anyway, here's the Amazon page on it. I don't know how to pronounce the brand, but it's the washable dog cooling mat. No electricity needed. He's just supposed to be able to lay on this and pull some of the heat out of him to keep him cool. So, yeah, self-cooling fabric, but it has really good ratings on it. So, I am optimistic. The big question is, what's it going to look like when I take it out of the package? The other, whoa, Mamma Mia, okay. And the other big question is he going to like it? So, I know. I know. She says, oh, bummer, you missed the coupon. I'm like, yeah. Women's Station Channel is here. Hey, Women's Station Channel. How are you, Lori? So, there she is. Yeah, it figures I would miss the coupon, but that's okay. If anybody is looking for a mat, there is now a 22% off coupon on it. I have no idea how long that's going to last, though. But anyway, let's see what this is going to be like. I hope it works, and I hope he likes it, because it is imperative to keep him cool. And I will admit, I'm a little paranoid about keeping my dog comfy. That's why I've got his bowl out and keep the bowl out of water in the front all the time and the back all the time, and I've got a fan blowing on it to keep it cool and trying to do all sorts of things. And I got a fan in the back, got a fan in the front for him. I want my service dog to have a cushy life. What can I say? He keeps me comfortable and happy and secure, so I want to keep him happy and secure. Hey, the Dee Dee Files is in. Hi, Dee Dee Files. How are you? Okay, you all, I have a sticky note up here to remind you to give me a like on the live stream, please. And again, if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so. All right, so I'm opening this up. All right. Okay. Oh, I see how they've done this. All right. So let me stand up and kind of scoot back so you can see a little bit of it. So I have to scoot pretty good bit back. So it looks nice and large, which is good because I've got the Labrador Retriever, and they are not super small dogs. He's at 65, but you still worry, like, what if I got the wrong size? It feels good. It feels kind of silky, actually. It feels silky. It's got some padding to it. Okay. But on the back side, turn it this way so y'all can see. The back side is mesh. So let me see if it can pull out a little bit. Okay. So the front side has got this like silky satiny material, and the back side here, that's mesh. And I can see through it. And if I can see through it, air is going to be able to get through it. So this tells me that the air circulation on the mat is probably what's going to keep service dog Pipsie cool. Wouldn't you think? Stellar says she might need one of those for her. So let's see, how does it look? I'm just checking real quick. Frayed edges and loose seams are like a pet peeve of mine. Because if I have something for the dog, as you all who have had pets know, if it's got a frayed seam or if it's loose anywhere around, the dog is going to find that and fixate on it. And then he'll tear it apart. But all of it looks really good. I'm looking up here on the front. looking for the same thing. So the workmanship on this looks pretty good, I've got to say. I mean, yeah, it's got some wrinkles down the middle of it, but it's going to, right? The blankets in my closet, I'm sure, have wrinkles because I'm not ironing them. So, oh, and I can see light. I'm just checking now, actually. Let me tell you what I'm doing. On this part, when I hold it up to the light, I'm checking to see if I can see light all the way through. Because if I can, that's just that much better for the airflow, and you're going to want some airflow on a cooling blanket. So, I am not just hiding myself from the world, but I am seeing light through this. Let me see if I can hold up my flashlight here, if I can get it turned on. Let me see if y'all can. Okay, so I've got my phone and my flashlight. So I think you all can see that. Right, as I go through, I'm going down with the light, yeah. So
I can't turn off your phone.
Google is trying to talk to me. Okay, so turn that off. I am optimistic. Okay, Women's Station Channel says she sees the light. So, okay, so good. Sometimes, you know, like you're never sure about how much the camera is going to pick up and how much it's not. All right, so I am optimistic about this. So we will see when he's out for a walk, and we will see. I'll do a little video of it when I put him on it, and we'll see how he likes it. But I like it. And folded up, it feels pretty well padded. Folded up, it feels soft. So that gives me a little bit more confidence that when I put it on his bed, it's going to be soft. It's not going to be one of those really stiff kind of blankets. So, in fact, it goes really well. So it's not stiff at all, which is great. I'm excited. So we've got this for him. We've got his tail dye, which I'm going to re-dye his tail. So I ordered that at the same time from Amazon. Well, not at the same time, but it got shipped in the same package. I ordered it technically about an hour or two apart. But anyway, so I've got that. I've got his leash set that was given to me by the company. And I've got dog food. I've got extra water bowls. I think I'm as okay as I can be. He's got to go get his vet checks. They require that to be within a certain period of days of leaving the country. So I've got him scheduled for a few days before I leave. And yeah. So now all I have to do is figure out the route. Yeah, Stellar Piper says, I hope Pipsy likes it as much as his towel. Yeah, Pipsy is actually having a little bit of problem when he's on a downstay. He doesn't like it if it's on a hard surface, and he grumbles about it. So he whines and carries on. So what we did was I got him a big, thick towel, and when I'm in a meeting and so forth, we put him down on his thick towel, and he really likes it. Let me see if I've got a picture of him on it. I do not have a picture. I've got a video, and he's just barely on it, but I'll show you. So, and I do have another one of those that I'll be taking with me. So he should be set for that. But here he is. This is a time lapse. We're just at a conference. You can kind of see people walking by him, and he's just cool as a cuke. That's what you want a service dog to be. So yeah, I can't think of anything else that I need for him. I've got his first aid kit, and that's already packed, as well as the bag of dog food that I'm taking, as well as the extra bowls that I'm taking. I also have I said we don't cable him. That's a lie. I do actually have a cable for him that I'll use when I am parked. That way I can rearrange the van, and he's only going to be about 10 feet away, so I can see him, just clip him onto the end of the van, and I can see him the whole time when I am rearranging it. So I think I'm good. Can y'all think of anything else I need? If you do, drop it over on a comment in the group on this video comment. But I think I'm good. I think he's going to like this. So, yeah. So I think all I have to do is figure out the route on the trip, and that's the $100 question, because fires. And I know I'm going to hit fires when I go into British Columbia, because it's happening. I do have balls packed. I do have 3 balls packed for him. So I do. And I've got an extra toy packed for him. So y'all should see my office. I've got like boxes of snow. You shouldn't see my office. I will show you one day before I leave, but I got stuff everywhere. So balls are no problem. So there we go. Yeah. So now I've just got to figure out the route. It's challenging because of fire. I'm going to have it going up to Canada. I know I'm going to have it. The question is, how much can I avoid? Once I get into Canada, I'm very limited on avoiding the smoke and fires, just because there's not that many routes. And the Alaska Highway is the Alaska Highway. That's what you're going to be taking to Alaska. So, yeah. So it's a matter of, can I minimize my smoke exposure before I get up there? And the doctor has prescribed some things. So if I start having any kind of asthma attack, I've got that mitigated, I think. So, yeah. Women's Station Channel says she can't wait to see the videos along the way on a mission trip. Yay! I'm excited. Last time, when I did the little videos as I went along, I did as many as I could. But I caught some flack in that the videos were a couple of days behind where I actually was on the route. And that's just going to kind of be the way it is, because I have to have time to edit the videos. So to get that done on the route, yeah, it's just, there's going to be a little lag time. So the most up-to-date information as far as where I actually am, that's going to be on the Facebook group. But I'm doing videos, but just know that I may do it at point A, and it may not actually make editing and air until like I'm at point C or something, So extra nebulizer meds. Yes, we got that. Meds, steroids, inhalers, inhaled steroids. I'm all set for that. So probably. I'm going to try to. I don't know for sure though if it's going to be Instagram. I'm going to try to put as much as possible over in the group, because you all are my biggest supporters over in there in the group. So I want you all to have the information first. So we'll see how it works. If I do wind up doing something on Instagram, I'm going to also try to link it as quickly as I can over in the group, or maybe try to do simultaneous. I don't know. I'll work that out somehow. So yeah. So live clips somewhere, but probably on Facebook. So, and I want to do a huge shout out to Laurel Stewart from our Facebook group. She has a membership now to this channel, and she's supporting me, which is so appreciated. So appreciated. So thank you very much, Laurel, for that. The memberships are $3, well, $2.99 a month. So, yeah. So, all right. Oh, and I do want to say that coming up very soon, probably on this channel, I'm going to do a little giveaway before I go with some jewelry and some postcards that I've picked up and things like that. So look for that. I'm going to do that next week. 1 week from today, here on this YouTube channel, we're going to have that giveaway. So that way I can make sure I get it in the mail and you all get it before I leave. Yeah. Yeah, she's super like that. I so appreciate it. Absolutely. And Stellar, I think you're still supporting me on Patreon, which is awesome, and thank you. So, okay. Oh, it will go from Instagram to Facebook. I hope so. I actually haven't done a live from Insta, so I'll see if I can do a practice one before I go. How about that? So, all right. Well, you all, thank you so much for coming and hanging out tonight. I really had just planned to do the unboxing and explain why I'm getting the cooling mat and so forth. Since he is out walking, I am going to have to wait and do just a little video clip of him trying out the mat for the first time. So that'll be a short. I'll probably just go ahead and upload that tomorrow. So, yeah. So, all right, y'all. Thank you so much. Have a great week. Don't forget, we're always about the hashtag be Bodacious. Whoops, where is that? There it is on my shirt here, which means you're not going to let life get in the way of living. So, okay, she's saying if I record a clip and share it right after to Instagram. Gotcha. I'll be playing around with that some before I go. So, try to have some kinks worked out. So I'll have as few tech problems as possible. Now, I will go ahead and tell you all too, I probably need to say it straight up. I may not have good cell service in going from into Canada because of US based cell phone. I'm switching providers, so I hope that's going to help. But right now, Alaska, in the North Alaska region, is actually having a problem with internet and cell phone service because they lost one of their underground cables. And I didn't know it until one of the folks over on Facebook let me know, and that's Laurie. And she told me about it. So I looked it up, and it is going to be a few weeks before they have internet and cell phone service. That's on the northern part of Alaska. So it's like the extreme coastal region, but also down more south, like towards Fairbanks a little bit too. So I'm going to do absolutely the best I can to get you all as good information as possible. So just know that there may be some lags. So, all right. Again, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to give me a like on the live stream. And I see a couple of people have popped on here. So if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so. So thanks, you all. I've got a couple of videos coming out this week. And then I will see you Saturday right here at 7 p.m. What am I doing for service on the trip? Oh, okay. We will be, the whole team, oh my gosh. We're doing a lot. So pray that there's no injuries because there is not a level 1 trauma center in the entire state of Alaska. But what we're doing is a wood cutting ministry. We're going to be like cutting, stacking. We're not felling trees, but we're going to be cutting and stacking and so forth. And they will be, internet. Oh, what am I doing for internet service? I am switching over to Google Fi. So I'll be using that. So that's going to be a test too. This whole trip is going to be a test of patience, a test of service dog gear. So, but yeah, Google Fi seems to have better coverage in Canada than some of the other phones that I've looked at. Like I looked at one provider and they're like, I was talking to him and I got a little frustrated because I kept saying, this is where I'm going in Canada. And it was like, well, we've got service in Canada. Okay, do you have it where I'm going? Oh, yeah, we've got it all over Canada. Okay, I need to know if you have it along the Alaska Highway. And he was like, well, give me a city. No, unfortunately, we don't have it there. But it's all the way through Canada. We are the company to choose. And I'm like, okay, what about this city? Well, unfortunately, we don't have it there. But we are. And I'm like, if you don't have it on these two cities, never mind. Because I gave him the names of the two most major cities on the Alaska Highway. So Google Fi is who I'm going to be using. It is. But it's also very, very hard. So it'll work out. Rattle Trap Fishing is here. Hi, Rattle Trap Fishing. How are you? How are you? I hope you're doing well. So, all right. Yeah, the as far as the activities that we're doing on the mission trip, it's number one is primary the wood cutting because they will bring us the trees and we will take it from there and stack it and all that stuff. So, what the church does is all the wood that we get cut, they stack it and they save it in their wood sheds. Then, in the coldest months of the year, it's going to be that's when it's given out. So, it's potentially life savings. And there are a couple of people that are in difficult situations that are going to go ahead and get their wood early, so they'll go ahead and have it. And those are like cancer survivors, a couple of people who are elderly that need some extra support there. But for the most part, it's distributed in January when it's the coldest. So, yeah. And we're also going to do some other things. If they've got vacation Bible school supplies that need to be cut out and fixed up, then we'll do that. We'll help in the food pantry. We've got school supplies. One of the big reasons why I am driving to Alaska is to take the school supplies as well as other gear and things for the trip. And all of our non-perishable food has already been donated because I'm driving. And y'all, that is such a huge deal because things are more expensive up there than they are at home. I'm going to pull up a picture of cereal, if I can get it up here really quickly. And the prices for the cereal was back in 2019, so it's pre-pandemic. Can't even imagine what they are paying now. But for a box of large size Frosted Flakes in 2019, it was $4.89 regularly and $4.49 on sale. $4.49 for Corn Chex. Let me go backwards here. $4.49 for Cheerios. Oh, $3.59. And these photos are at a couple of different stores, by the way. So that's now this one. Okay, now this one is from this year here locally. But anyway, the others are the prices in Alaska from a couple of years ago, and being able to take all of this is just a really, really big help to the team. Plus, team members have the opportunity if there are bags and things that they don't want to put on the airlines, and they can avoid paying those baggage fees by sticking them on my trailer. It's a couple, they have to know that they're going to be without it for a couple of 3 weeks. But, if you can save $50 or so, that's a good opportunity. So, you factor in if everybody put their stuff on the team, on the trailer, and we have 10 people on the team, that's $500 saved right there. I don't know how much she saved us by going ahead and pre-buying this non-perishable food, but it is all done. So she did that with the idea that whatever we saved might be given to myself and John for gas money on the way home. So, but it's still a help. Also, I've got the big first aid kit that we are going to be taking. So far, we have not needed a first aid kit other than like for little Band-Aids, Tylenol, and things like that. But you always want to have it because, like I said, Alaska does not have a level 1 trauma center in their entire state, which is kind of crazy. But they don't have a level 1 trauma center because they also don't have a teaching hospital in their entire state. Hopefully one day maybe that will change for them. So those are some of the things I'm taking up there. I've also got some team supplies that we're taking up as far as like eye protection gear, gloves, and things like that. So the trailer is going to be probably pretty full. It was full last time, and I anticipate it to be full again. And my van, fortunately, we do have the trailer, so I am able to just use the van just to stay in. So for sleeping, showering, cooking, things like that. One of the things too that I am really glad of, and I strongly suggest it if you can do it at all, and that is that little mini griddle that I've got that I've been cooking on, which I do have some more cooking videos coming out on the mini griddle. When you are in a fire area, there is no open flame cooking, and they will cut off gas grills. So, you can't have a campfire, you can't have a gas grill, and you can't do those little burners that have the little flame on them. So, having the solar on the van and having something like a mini griddle, which you can also use on some of the jackeries, is huge when it comes to trying to take care of yourself on a major road trip like this, because you always have to be thinking ahead. And you always want to check your forecast for, where are the fires? Where's the smoke? Where can you go around? I got caught off guard one year. We were driving. I had somebody with me that year, and we were driving through British Columbia. She looks out the window. It's at night, and she goes, Gayle, is that a forest fire? And I look out, and I'm like, well, yes, actually, that is. So got kind of caught off guard by that one, because forest fires can and do spring up very, very quickly. If there is lightning and the ground is dry, you can pretty much plan that there is going to be a fire of some kind. When you're in a dry forestry area, that's just the way it goes. So that night we had a big, big challenge on our hands as far as going around the fire and where and how. And it was like, oh my gosh, I feel like, I believe in God, and I feel like He just protected us that night big time, because we went to the overlook. People were there that were local, so they got out the map, or we got out the map, and they showed us, about what we could do to go around. And it was just one of those really cool things, because you have to remember, this is like, or you don't have to remember, you guys have no idea, but this was really, really, really late at night. I'm going to say 11 p.m. to midnight, kind of late. And there were locals out there looking at the fire. They were trying to figure out where it was going. So while we're there, they leave, and I have my dog at the time. It's a different dog, but he was with me, and he was like taking his time. And we finally started to get him loaded up, and in came one of the Royal Canadian Mounties, a police officer. And it's like, when do you ever have a cop when you need one? But there he was, and he was able to verify that we had been told accurately about how to avoid the fire. Before we left, while we were talking to the officer, in came somebody from their forestry service who was checking out things from the overlook. And so we had local information, police officers' information, and we had forestry service information telling us the exact same route on how to go, which meant going all the way back down south and looping around, and it added an entire day. But we got around it without too much problems. So things do come up, and you do get caught off guard, but you do always have to be thinking a step ahead. And the mini griddle is one of those steps that I've been thinking ahead. So anyway, yeah, probably more than you ever wanted to know about that. Sorry about that. But all right. So you all, thank you again. Give me a like if you haven't already. Do subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks for watching. A couple of videos this week, like I said, and then Saturday back here at 7 o'clock, and we're going to do a jewelry giveaway. So you all take care and have a great week, and I will see you next week. Good night, everybody.